Hello, I am April and I decided to do this assignment over Annie Leibovitz and her extraordinary photography portraits. Before this assignment, I did not know who Annie Leibovitz was. I will be discussing the history of Annie Leibovitz and an analysis of some of her work which is one of the biggest reasons I chose her when researching the different artists. I came across her Disney Dream Portrait series titled Year of a Million Dreams. I'm a huge Disney fan, therefore I was able to thoroughly enjoy the message and creativity behind her portraits. So I decided to riff one of the portraits from this particular series, as you will see in a bit as I critique them side by side. So let's talk about who Annie Leibovitz is. Leibovitz was born in Connecticut. Her father was in the military, so she lived in many places around the world, and in fact took her first photographs in the Philippines during the Vietnam War. Leibovitz attended the San Francisco Art Institute, where she actually studied painting, but she ended up finding her love for photography. In 1970, she applied to the Rolling Stone magazine and was hired on as staff photographer, and within 2 years, she was promoted to chief photographer. While working with Rolling Stone, she developed her trademark technique, which is the use of bold primary colors and surprising poses, as you can see in these next few photographs. In this picture of Bette Midler, you can see that the red pops and the pose that she's in is very dramatic and very Hollywood and fun. Here's another example of one of Leibovitz's poses. This is John Lennon nude with his wife, Yoko Ono. This cover became very famous because at the time it was published as the cover of Rolling Stone, John Lennon had already passed away. John Lennon actually passed away a few hours after this picture was taken. In 1983, she left Rolling Stone and started working for Vanity Fair. Here, she got to take pictures of a wider range of subjects such as presidents, teenage heartthrobs, celebrity icons, as you can see here. These four portraits are just a few of her well-known pictures. These pictures in particular show her bold style and poses, making some of them controversial. I'll start with Caitlyn Jenner. This was the cover of Vanity Fair when Bruce Jenner decided he wanted to come out as a trans woman. A lot of people didn't like this and thought it was wrong of him to do so, but on the other hand, some people believe that he should be able to do what he wants, making it a very controversial topic, and this portrait shows what he wants. This is a very feminine pose, a very feminine outfit, and helped Caitlyn tell her story. Next, I'll talk about the photo of Demi Moore. In this, she's obviously very nude, very pregnant. A lot of people don't like nudity in portraits, but this goes along with Leibovitz's surprising poses. You can also see this in the one of Whoopi Goldberg, in the bathtub full of milk. You can see her personality as she's having fun, her facial expression is goofy, the pose is goofy and fun, just doing whatever she wants. And lastly is a photo of Keith Haring. You might not be able to see him, but Leibovitz loved encouraging her subjects to get involved in the portrait, and Haring did just that, by painting himself like the background. And as I just said, Leibovitz loved getting her subjects involved in the portrait. You can see that in the Year of a Million Dreams series. Here, I'll show you a few examples of my favorites within the series. This is a picture of Vanessa Ann Hudgens and Zac Efron as Prince Philip and Princess Aurora from Disney's Sleeping Beauty. This picture makes complete sense because at the time the series was taken, these two were dating. They were a very popular couple. They portrayed a couple in the Disney movie High School Musical, and this would pull from the cognitive element of memory to connect the dots and tell a story. The colors also tell a story. There's a lot of cool colors, but the pink from her dress and roses give her life and pops in the photo. This photo also uses a different camera angle than the rest in the series. Here the angle is above them instead of in front of them because she's laying down, and it helps display the story of Sleeping Beauty, so it's from her angle. Next is a picture of Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow. which is fitting for anyone who has seen the Disney movie series Pirates of the Caribbean, where Johnny Depp really does play Captain Jack Sparrow. I think this was a smart campaign tactic because anyone who sees this will automatically understand the picture. This picture also uses memory to put together story and words because the caption says, "Where magic sets sail." This gives the viewer more of an understanding to the picture and allows them to want a piece of the magic. This picture also uses depth between Captain Jack Sparrow and the wave so the viewer can see the difference, and it adds a nice difference between the two and the full photo. And a little side note, the movie was actually based off of the Disney Parks ride, not the other way around. Next, we have Julianne Moore as Ariel and Michael Phelps as a merman. This humored me because, as many people know, Michael Phelps is an Olympian swimmer, and now in this picture, he is a swimming creature. I also think having Julianne Moore as Ariel is cute because she already has stunning red hair, just like Ariel. Leibovitz uses a lot of cool tones here, and as this picture is taken in the ocean, where it's mysterious and cold. There's also a lot of movement here as the merman is swimming from the left to the right side of the photo. The other mer people are swimming around, and Ariel's hair is moving as like it's in water. Lastly, this is Scarlett Johansson as Cinderella. I think Scarlett was a great match of Cinderella as it portrays her personality. For example, she is seen as a beautiful lady in the media, and that goes along with the typical princess look. She also has the look of Cinderella. Blonde hair, pale skin, and light eyes, just like in the movie. Now, here's my riff of the picture compared to the original. I was very inspired by the story it actually told, and I wanted to give my own Cinderella story. For example, Cinderella is running off from the ball because at midnight she turns back into her ragged clothes. Well, as a student, we rush around quite frequently. And I wanted to give the impression that a student was leaving class at a magnificent university to do whatever is next on his list. Is it another class? Is he hurrying so he doesn't get a parking ticket? Or is he just wanting to hang out with friends and excited? I wanted to leave the destination up to the viewer on this standpoint because every student is different, but it still leads to success. I also loved the cool tones of the original. Therefore, when editing my photo, I decided to bring out the blues and the cooler tones as well. I also liked the positioning of the picture. Cinderella was in the bottom right-hand corner, and the beautiful stairs are behind her with a castle. And this is why I actually chose my location. I love the look of the science building and its staircases, and I wanted to capture that in the picture as well and have the same positioning of Cinderella. To recap, I have discussed Annie Leibovitz's history as an artist, gone over some of her work, and done an analysis over my favorite series of her, and compared side by side the Cinderella original portrait to my riff. I have enjoyed this project and got to learn a lot about photography. Thank you.